Next on Worcester News tonight, baseball season may be over, but a local baseball team is still at work raising money for families this Thanksgiving. Plus, a new residential development approved on a 5-acre former industrial site in southwest Worcester. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. The Worcester Fire Department has added a new rescue vehicle to its fleet and unveils it tonight. Rescue One is a custom-built search and rescue command vehicle designed to respond to emergencies all over the city, especially major structure fires and other serious incidents. Chief Michael Lavoie says the new $600,000 truck brings 15 years of newer technology and safety for the firefighters. He says the vehicle carries life-saving tools like the Jaws of Life and has various safety features, including rollover technology, anti-skid, and anti-lock brakes.
The technology and equipment on the truck make it easier for the firefighters to do their jobs, and so it makes it safer for the public, safer for the firefighters. It's just all around. New technology is good.
Rescue vehicle is really kind of a utility vehicle. It's used throughout the city. It may be stationed here at the Franklin Street station, but it can be deployed in any part of the city. So it's one that is really going to benefit our entire city.
Chief Lavoie says they're planning to purchase 2 more vehicles, a new engine and a new ladder truck. He says together they'll cost about $1.3 million, and they should be in by late spring. Baseball season may have just ended, but for the Worcester Bravehearts, there's no off-season. Tonight, the team hosted Heart Stove, a baseball panel discussion and Thanksgiving fundraiser, with a few special guests in attendance. Our Cam Jandro was there tonight and now joins us live with the details. Cam?
Anna, local baseball fans had the opportunity to sit with a few familiar faces, talk about the game, and even raise some money for a good cause.
Central Massachusetts' brightest baseball stars return for a special night in Shrewsbury.
Who knows what kind of stories we might hear here tonight.
Thursday, the Worcester Bravehearts and St. John's High School hosted Heart Stove, a baseball panel and Thanksgiving fundraiser for the Worcester County Food Bank. For Bravehearts General Manager Dave Peterson, the event is bigger than baseball.
We hope that with the Credence, obviously being a catering company and helping out in the community, it just seems like a natural fit that we're able to make these donations to the Worcester County Food Bank.
Nesson show host Tom Caron served as the event's master of ceremonies. Caron, whose son attends St. John's, says he's grateful for the opportunity to help support a local baseball organization like the Bravehearts.
You're out in Worcester, you might not get into Boston all the time. It's expensive, the traffic's tough. So go see the Red Sox a few times, watch them on TV with me, but get over to Braveheart games because they do a tremendous job and the attendance shows. You know, they've really been able to resonate with the community.
Baseball expert Buster Olney fielded questions from the audience, along with Central Mass natives John Andrioli and J.P. Ricciardi. Both Andrioli and Ricciardi say it's always nice to return home and give back.
Yeah, great event to help raise money for the Thanksgiving food drive, and see a lot of familiar faces from back in high school has been great.
You know, the Bravehearts are near and dear to my heart, and I think they've done a great job in the community, and this is another area where they're giving back, and like I said, when you can combine baseball with community service, I don't think you can go wrong.
Now, the Bravehearts gave away 1 turkey for every 10 guests in attendance tonight, and I'll tell you what, Anna, the place was absolutely jammed.
Thanks, Cam. Well, sticking with baseball, whether or not the Pawtucket Red Sox come to Worcester, city leaders see it as a positive step. Sources say a deal which could bring the team to Worcester is still a very real possibility. But in the meantime, they're looking at other ways a vacant lot can be used as a ball field. Our Rosalind Flaherty has more.
Michael Arastia owns the Hangover Pub in Worcester's Canal District. He's among the many businesses who support a minor league baseball team moving into the neighborhood.
We'd definitely be in tune with their schedule and what the Paw Sox are doing, and hopefully they'd come here.
Talks between the city of Worcester and the Pawtucket Red Sox are ongoing. The team has been eyeing the vacant Wyman Gordon lot on Madison Street for a new stadium, making many visits to the Canal District.
They have to see the property. They have to see the neighborhood. They were concerned about Kelly Square, but you can go out the back door down Gold Street, and within 7 minutes you can be on Mass Pike.
Members of the Paw Sox front office joined city leaders Tuesday morning to watch a Worcester Railers hockey game. Canal District Alliance President Gene Zabinski says it shows the Paw Sox Worcester is serious about professional sports.
We're hoping that the Paw Sox follow down that road and become a local staple and things to do with the family.
Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce President Tim Murray says whether the team moves to Worcester or not, it's positive to talk about the redevelopment of the vacant property.
A conversation has begun that will be beneficial for the city and the region long term, both in terms of jobs and tax base. But hey, if through this we're able to land the Paw Sox, even better.
Murray says if the team decides to stay in Rhode Island, a smaller multi-use ballpark could be utilized for the Bravehearts college games and concerts. And Zabinski agrees a ballpark of any kind would be a welcome addition.
The city could benefit from having that physical entity sitting there available for other uses.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester Planning Board approves plans filed by Botany Bay Construction for a multifamily residential development in the city. Stephen Raleigh, Assistant Chief Development Officer of the Planning and Regulatory Services Division, says the new development will consist of 11 buildings on a 5-acre former industrial site in southwest Worcester. The plans involve 90 dwelling units containing 56 one-bedroom and 34 two-bedroom units, parking, and open space. The project will also construct a new segment of Clover Street, improving access and pedestrian accommodations in the area. The next step now is for the development to do an environmental remediation of the site and demolish the building, which is currently on the land. An elementary school in Southbridge is a finalist in a national competition to win a new classroom. West Street School is currently in second place out of the 10 finalists. The winner will receive a classroom furniture makeover with new sit and stand desks and a new teacher station. The submission was sent in by 4th grade teacher Justine McKinnon, whose classroom services the entire 4th grade.
The students are so excited about it. Every day they ask, can we start voting? First thing they do in the morning, even before their breakfast, they like to take out the computers and make sure they get their vote in.
I've worked in this building for 20 years, and these are the same desks that were here when I got here 20 years ago, and I assume that they are even older than that.
Some of our 4th and 5th graders are much bigger than 4th and 5th graders were 20 years ago, so some of the desks aren't even appropriate sizes for them as is.
The school says there's no room in the budget for new classroom furniture if they don't win. If you'd like to help out and vote for West Street School, you can do so at haskelloffice.com/classroom makeover. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation held a public information meeting tonight to show off the progress of the I-495 I-90 interchange improvement project. According to Mass DOT, about 75,000 vehicles use the interchange on an average day. Their statistics show 460 accidents, including 2 fatalities, have happened here between 2011 and 2015. Mass DOT says a large number of these crashes occur when interchange traffic backed up on I-495, often during holidays and peak commuting times. They say the improvements will address safety and capacity concerns and will help reduce crash rates. State Representative Paul Frost is one step closer to making it a felony to assault a police officer. The representative's amendment to protect officers passed in the House Criminal Justice Reform Bill. He says it's something he's been patient about since Auburn police officer Ronald Tarantino Jr. was shot and killed while on duty. Our Brittany Schaefer has more on the amendment.
It was a big step to get it adopted.
State Representative Paul Frost's amendment to make assaulting a police officer a felony passes in the House this week.
Assault and battery with seriously bodily injury on a police officer, to consider it a felony charge opposed to a misdemeanor charge as it is today.
The amendment stems from the shooting death of Auburn police officer Ronald Tarantino Jr. in 2016. His killer had multiple previous charges of assault and battery on a police officer.
I think it's just a great way to further memorialize Ron Tarantino, that this bill got started as a result of his tragic murder, and to have his legacy attached to it is just a great thing for all of us.
In Massachusetts, assaulting a firefighter or a police dog while on duty can be considered a felony, but under current law, a similar crime against a police officer is a misdemeanor.
All of public safety does the same thing. We go out and we protect the public. We should all be on the same level, so we will continue to advocate for that.
They have our backs, we need to have theirs.
Leicester Police Chief Jim Hurley says there has been an increase in assaults on his officers in recent years, and something needs to change.
A tremendous uptick in the basic lack of respect for police officers. And we are seeing that we have to struggle and/or fight with individuals now on a much more regular basis than we used to.
Another addition to Frost's amendment is if the assault doesn't result in a serious injury but is a recurring problem, the district attorney may ask a judge to hold the suspect for a dangerousness hearing.
You look at the case of Officer Tarantino's killer, this guy was known to police, he was in and out of the court system, and so this tool wasn't available. Now it is, and or hopefully will be soon.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Frost says a committee is working out the differences between the House and Senate bills, but he expects no issues with his amendment and is hoping it will be put into law in 2018. New developments on allegations 2 state troopers were forced to change an arrest report. The new head of state police is opening up an investigation into the matter. Colonel Carrie Gilpin was appointed by Governor Charlie Baker Wednesday. She's replacing the retired Richard McEwen. He stepped down following allegations he altered an arrest report for the daughter of a Dudley District Court judge. His second in command also retired as well. A state police spokesman says the new investigation will determine whether any further action will be taken. An arrest has been made in the murder of 2 aspiring rappers from Worcester. Ewell Unona and Giovanni Diaz were shot when they climbed on stage at the Masquerade Club in Atlanta Sunday night. 23-year-old Jonathan Bautista has now been charged with 2 counts of murder. A motive for the murder is not yet known, but police say he did not know the